Hello, this is Smitty, and welcome to my 2025 game room. All right, so this is the main room. I'm a little zoomed out on my camera so you can see what's going on in here. There was a couple changes in here, obviously some additions, some subtractions. So this is what the room looks like. And then stepping in, first thing you will see is my Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles rug. Going on to a love seat I bought, I believe, 2 years ago now, which I will go in a little bit more detail, but I want to start from the entry. So first thing you'll see, this is some signage from Toys R Us that I bought. And that one was from GameStop, the 30th anniversary of the Super Mario Brothers. Got a Luigi poster right there. And Kirby. I always have a lot of Kirby because of my mother. She was a big Kirby fan. So up here, I'm a huge Goofy movie fan. Grew up watching that, so love that. Ghostbusters. This is where I moved my Ghostbusters stuff at. And these are my Blu-ray and DVDs and some overflow games down at the bottom. I'm not gonna go too much into it. I'll do a quick glance through some more Funkos, lots of comedies, lots of romance, lots of geeky stuff. So I'll go through pretty quickly. I'm not gonna spend too much time on movies. Let me know if you see anything that catches your eye. Got a couple of random Canadian shows that you probably wouldn't even know about, like Instant Star's not a big show. It was on the N in the United States, which is how I found out about it. 19-2 is a really good show, starring the guy from Letterkenny, Jerry Caruso, I believe is how you pronounce his name. Some Blu-rays that have never been opened. Again, at one point I had thousands of DVDs, and I was lucky enough to get in front of selling them before they really didn't have any value. Obviously some do have value, but I got ahead of a lot of them that did not hold any value, sold them, and then might be able to acquire them on the cheap if I want to go that way, but I don't think I want to. I'd rather go more digital for the games. So over here, this is always kind of supposed to be like a cinema area, so you have some signage and stuff like that. Again, huge Goofy movie fan. That was a perler bead made by my now ex-wife. She made that for me when we were on like the convention circuit and all that stuff. The WWE World Heavyweight Championship I bought years ago. Circle around a little bit. Some Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle stuff that is a little overflow hanging up behind the couch. Some Hot Wheels, and one Dark Turtle from the Loot Crate. So I'm gonna go over to this area, go through some of the games. This is my retro game section right there. More retro game. It's not obviously super retro. I don't collect super retro anymore, just not my preference right now, because I have many other devices that play those. So right here is a lot of Wii's. I think I tell this story every year if you actually follow me. Got that in Hamilton, Ontario, so that one means a little bit more to me. I always wanted that Jenga because of Big Bang Theory. That is not a story I told in the past. Ni no Kuni DS down here, 64. That was my middle school years, so I really love that that console. So definitely sentimental to me, which is why I've kept kept more of those games compared to other ones. You got some Super Nintendo. That was something that me and my mother and my brother used to play together as well, so a little bit more sentimental. You'll see random Pokemon cards here and there because they are nice display pieces. Those Pokemon, one is 100% complete in box, one is missing the Pokewalker, but got the boxes for both before those prices skyrocketed. Got a OK 3DS collection, and this is just another cheap handheld. It plays up to Super Nintendo pretty decently. The rest of my DS and Game Boy Advance collections, I made some custom ones to make the collection stand out. I do need to, I have a whole bunch more games I need to add to that, so that'll be coming up soon. These are games from my latest pickups video right there. Just stuffed them in there for now. I do not have a GameCube collection anymore. I sold that last year or something like that. GameCube was never my console at that time. It's a fun console, just not something I have nostalgia to, so I decided to get ahead of that and sell that. So Wii was a huge collection for me, mainly because at the time when I started collecting, it was dirt cheap, so went pretty hard on collecting the Wii. That might be one of the collections that I do trim down over the next year though, as I do not ever play it. And I have other handhelds that can play that. So while I wish I gamed more, I don't game that much. So a lot of these PlayStation 4 games are either sealed, or my brother, PlayStation 4 and 5 games are either sealed, or my brother-in-law played a lot more than me. Some of them are really cool. I wish I played a lot more. I did do a decent chunk of God of War. Amber got into Kena a lot, so that was the game that she played. I always liked the idea of the Tales games. I just never played through them. Horizon, I played through the first one. I have not even touched the second one. In the VR games, I really haven't gotten into much. So those games, the Jet Girls and the Senra Kugura, I think that's how you pronounce it, never played. Astrobot was pretty fun though. Down there, remake Shadow Colossus and all that fun stuff. The Yakuzas, I love the Yakuza games. I just have not beaten them. Down here is my Xbox collection. Down here, Xbox 360, PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3. You might see some pet hair. I did not dust as much as I probably should have before this, but there is the retro stuff. On to the Switch collection. So this is mainly the Switch. It does have a little bit of Wii U at the bottom, but this is mainly the Switch collection, and a lot of these are either sealed or complete in box for the, so all the classic collections are completely in box. I do have mods to them. I modded them years ago. If you want to check the channel, you might be able to see the process. I don't remember if I uploaded those or not, but those all are crazy whacked out with all the games from those consoles. I haven't really taken them out the box in years, so I should dust them off at some point and start playing them, because I do like those consoles. Just some stuff from like promos and stuff from these. A lot of people don't know this was a Best Buy exclusive when it came out for Luigi's Mansion. I'm a huge Luigi fan, if you can't tell. Made many videos about Luigi on the channel. Huge Luigi collector, and that is sealed, never been opened. So I think in total I have, I want to say 6 Nintendo Switches. So those two, or the first 2 I got, and then OLEDs and all that fun stuff. So when it comes to games, some of the ones that I would highlight are the Oceanhorn series 1 and 2. Fun series there. Kind of a introduction to adventure games like Zelda. So if you're into that, you want to get your girlfriend or wife into games, that's something I suggest. Going through here, just a lot of games you probably have seen before. Nothing crazy out of the ordinary. The Grandia HD from Japan, right there. I Am Setsuna. Let's go down. The Dragon Quest games. These were in order at some point. They aren't anymore. And then you'll see scattered Japanese games. These are those two are the Scarlet and Violet. I got the collector's editions over there, which you will see later, or in the video as well. I don't know where I'm gonna actually, how I'm gonna upload this. I just got this recently, pretty happy about that. Over here, Dragon Quest, Echoes, all that fun stuff. Going through there. These are a little bit more expensive ones. The Shantae one, I wish I would have kept that sealed. But even unsealed, it's still worth like $600-700 because they did not print many of those when Limit Run was actually limited. Lovers in a Dangerous Space-Time's a pretty, I always talk about that game. The reason I kind of find it funny is because of the whole Bare Naked Ladies song, Lovers in a Dangerous Time. So, Persona 5 Royal, which is the second one I have of that. More Shantae games, a lot of games on here. Pikmin 1 through 4. I forget what game this is. Oh, River City Girls 1 and 2. So it's all in one cart. So again, a lot of Switch games. I believe almost 250 physical total, somewhere in that ballpark. Down here, Pokemon, another card, the Pikachu from when those times me and my daughter were collecting. So PSA 10, which is good, worth probably $100-150 for that card. Over here is another promo card from Detective Pikachu. I do have another Detective Pikachu with that figure right there, still sealed in the collection as well. The Takeover, which got slanted sideways a little bit. I'm assuming that's from my daughter. She plays down here with her friends a lot more than I do. So she does knock things over sometimes and all that fun stuff. Down here, more Pokemon. Stardew Valley, that was the only way to get the physical version of the game until they re-released it in English. So that is the original Japanese collector's edition. Room Factory 4. One of my best friends loves that series. I still haven't given it too much of a try. I should at some point. Power Rangers Collector's Edition, pretty cool. Those are all Collector's Edition when I was heavy into the limited run slash special reserve slash all those other ones at that time. Down here is more just bigger box games. Nothing too crazy or rare in there, but just fun collector's editions. Down here is what's left of my Wii U. I know Wii U gets a lot of hate, and rightfully so, but it was honestly the console that got me and my daughter and Amber into gaming. So like we gamed as a family with this series, so it was pretty cool. So it's pretty sentimental to me. So go through this collection real quick. I'm sure if I want to, I can go through and try to complete that, but I'm not going to because I'm getting away from collecting nickel frits or those just collecting games for games. So over here is my Turtles collection. Latest pickup is the Technodrome, the reprint from Amazon, exclusive to Amazon. Up here are the WWE TMNT figures. I was going to hang these on the wall, decided against it. Just a lot of pretty cool turtle stuff. I don't know if I'll ever get rid of any of this because I am a huge Turtles fan. Out of everything in my collection, the Turtles might be one of the last ones to go. Down here is you'll hear my knee pop. I do need to get my knee fixed at some point. Still have a torn meniscus, have had that for like 6 years. But I am able to do whatever I want besides lift too heavy with it, so it's fine. Just a minor tear. Anyways, figures, random turtle stuff in here. It's funny, I just picked it up. I should have dusted it a little bit while I was doing it, but my nephew from Brampton, Ontario, actually showed up and was playing with these. So I just picked them up, and that was months ago. So that shows how much I really like keep track of all that stuff. But he had fun, and that was the important thing. So, you know, he's only, 4 years old. So anyways, more turtle stuff up here. This is where I keep the collector's editions, the Mutants Unleashed, that is Shredder's Revenge, that is the Cowabunga collection, and that is the latest Wrath of the Mutants. See if you can see a little bit better there. Turtles in Time, and then all the other NES games. Here is the Persona area. This is the collector's chest I was able to get for pretty cheap. And then Persona 4 Gold and Sealed. I do need to get the Persona 3 Portable. That's going for like, being between $60 and $80, so I'll have to pick it up soon before those prices skyrocket. Over here, Scott Pilgrim. Huge fan of Scott Pilgrim. Obviously, I have 2 different editions of the game because I do love it that much. The series, that's something that connects me and my daughter. She's a huge Scott Pilgrim fan, and she actually listens to the soundtrack, so it's pretty cool. Down here, more Switch, limited edition, collector's editions, Shantae's. Down over here with River City Girl sealed. These are all sealed collector's pieces, besides the Metroid Dread, which that's a little bit beat up. Everything else, I believe, has been sealed. Besides the Fire Emblem, I bought that secondhand, or traded for that secondhand. And then got some Labo stuff, sealed N64 controller, Guitar Hero guitar, and then Bayonetta 3, and the TV stand / fireplace or whatever. Actually, I'll turn on the fireplace. So electric one, so it does heat, but the flames are obviously not real. Down there you'll see my 3 Fantastic 64s, Watermelon, Blue, and Jungle Green. Got the PlayStation 5 there with the controller, or the camera. Some wrestling things, Macho Man, oh yeah. And then, let me tell you something, brother. Hulk Hogan, got PSP, got the Prime from WWE. Again, there is a PS3 in there that is modded and also able to, play the light gun games, which that camera's not for the PS5, it's for the light gun games for the PS3, which we can play on my 65-inch Sony 4K. Had this thing for about 5 years now and got a really good deal. Still works really well. Love the TV. One thing that's a little bit different this year is I had a PC hooked up to that, so that was playing. I don't have anything hooked up to it right now, which is why it's not, but I will at some point reestablish that into the game room. Just didn't have time to do anything to it this year, and I just didn't want to wait for this video much longer. So here, I got a lot of gaming stuff up here. I can go on hidden. That's the Switch that my daughter plays mostly. Again, it's one of like 4 switches that go in there. Controllers, the GPI case, which I know some people still use this. I know Charlie brings that on trips every once in a while. Game Boy Micro, a complete in-box Game Boy Color, which that's the one my uncle gave me for my birthday when I was younger. Zelda SP, the ROG Ally, which this has all of my like Xbox games and stuff like that. It has Games Pass, has a lot of good games. This thing's strong, it's a beast. Love this thing. At some point, I should do a video on everything that's on there, and that was the plan. Plans changed when I was going through my master's program and finished it. So, and now I'm doing other things. Right there is my Steam Deck. Again, this has more PlayStation games on there. This has PlayStation 1, 2, 3, and Play God's War, or the new God of War, the new Horizon games on there portably, so that's really cool. A Game Boy from Charlie I picked up from him when I was up there in Canada, probably about 5-6 years ago. Halo picture or pixel thing. Up here, more Halo stuff. Halo's by far one of the bigger series that influenced my life. So yeah, I got a lot of just knickknacks. That is my modded Wii with, you can see on the side there is a hard drive that has a lot of my games on there. Don't play it as often as I should, but it's there if I need it. Poppers from Letterkenny. That's an empty can. Down here, some more games. Oogie Boogie, Time Crisis 3 and Time Crisis Crisis Zone, some Steelbook PC games, and all that fun stuff. Here, before I get to the Xbox One, this came from my latest pickups, not the controllers or anything, but the box, and I kind of use it on this ottoman that I have. I kind of like it for controller use and all that stuff, so I'll throw my controllers in there on top of that. Over here, the last part of this particular part of the game room is my Xbox area. This used to have my PSP, PS3, PS4 games in here, and I decided just to theme it all Xbox. So right here, a lot of Halo, again, Halo fan. Clear Xbox I got from Canada. I believe that might have been one of the, where it might have been released, because I don't remember seeing it in the States, but I got that from Kijiji. Those figures were from Amber for some holiday, probably Christmas or something like that. Funkos galore. Just a lot of collectibles for the Xbox, so that's where these are stored. And to go through the games, can't really get over there that well, but those are the games that I have. Standouts, obviously Halo. A lot, the TMNT Mutants in Manhattan is a fun one to play as well. And then going down to 360, and then all the Halos right there. And it's a controller, Sea of Thieves. Enough, again, I got that while I'm in Canada. I don't go to Canada that often, and that was bought around the same time I bought the Blue Wii, so that was up. That might have been in Hamilton too, I'm not sure. But Xbox 360 games, the orange box is always a classic. Down there, more RPGs and all that fun stuff, the Grand Theft Autos and all that stuff. So that is the main game room area. Go through the couch. This couch is awesome. It was a really good deal. $300 for this thing. And then this is a blanket family. So this basement gets cold. We're in Minnesota, so it gets pretty cold. So extra blankets are necessary. I'm a Cowboys fan, so there's Cowboys stuff that was bought for me for years ago. That one was sewn. This one was from our trip to Winnipeg. What was that, like 4 months ago? We went to go see the Blue Bombers. Was not expecting to get a blanket, but they were doing the giveaway. Got a cool blanket. It's really nice too, so it's really nice and soft, fun stuff. And then I got the Anaheim Ducks one from obviously Anaheim, going to a game when I went to California earlier this year as well. So I think that's going to be kind of a cool thing if I can continue to collect blankets from places I've been. So let's go check out everything else. So the one thing about this hallway, not much has changed, as my cat is just being a cat and being very needy right now. This hasn't changed much from last year, besides adding the giant turtle here, hanging that on the wall, and that's about it. So I'll breeze through this a little quickly. So here are my reprints of the turtles. These are original 1 through 4 with some smaller turtles, if you can see there. This one is a glow-in-the-dark Ghostbusters one, which if you look at my Instagram, you can actually see it lit up, and it's pretty cool. Up here is my, these are Canada ones, versions of TMNT, because I was collecting those for a while. That is for the Montreal convention right there, and this was Toronto Comic Con right there. So I thought those were pretty cool. This is the NECA Turtles in Disguise. It is complete, never opened, sealed. A Zamboni because hockey in Minnesota. And here is the third print. I believe it's the third one, maybe the fourth, for TMNT. I can't read it up there, but 9.0 original, not reprint. Over here, I was hoping I can get this done in time. I did not, because my degrees, all that fun stuff. I do have my master's in hand. I just don't have the frame yet. I'm waiting for because I'm gonna do something similar to this, but with a purple background to have it stand out more. I do, again, have my master's in hand, so I'm really excited about that. That will be going up there when it's ready to go. Here, I don't think anything's changed from last year, so this is my Black Panther collection. And TV's loud, so I'll have to turn that down soon. But starting up there, those are reprints of existing stuff. Actually, let me turn on the lights. Give me 1 second. All right, so I turned it off, got some lights on. Those ones are reprints besides the Avengers one where Tony Stark has the Infinity Stones. That is not a reprint, that's original. But those are reprints up there of classic comic book covers, graded in CGC. Down here, these are all original, besides that reprint of the first appearance of Black Panther. As you can tell, I'm a big Black Panther fan. Something that me and my daughter really got into for a very long stretch. So we got a lot of figures, a lot of Funkos, a lot of stuff highlighting Black Panther. So yeah, well, this has not changed since last year, so I'm gonna move quickly on. My Mari TO, got that from again, Toronto when I was there last year. Over here is probably the first area that you'll see when you come into my basement, unless you're coming through the garage, is wild stuff, because this is supposed to lead into, voila, the sports area. I'm gonna peel it back a little bit. So we got TV there, got a glance score thing there, which is pretty cool. Hopefully you see it pretty well. Got some of my comic book overflow stuff, some sports collectibles, Anthony Edwards, Timberwolves fan, as well as a Raptors fan here. Got some, my dartboard. Doesn't get used enough, but it gets used a decent chunk. Blue Moon and beer advertisements. There is my Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles arcade that's moved this year. And then I'll kind of peek over here real quick. So over here is my kind of stuff I sell, or those are board games and stuff like that. So there's nothing crazy in there. These are all just stuff that are either pending selling or overflow, like the Power Rangers collection. I don't really have a better space for it, so that's where they go. That is Nama's old neon sign. Doesn't work because it's got a busted tube, but at some point should be fixed. Over here are the latest arcade 1-up countercades that people can play while down here. That is one of the newer additions I have not shown off yet, is the Glance Scroll. I did get this through the Kickstarter. I was one of the initial ones since I put a down payment on it, so I got it about 150 bucks cheaper than what they normally go for. And this thing is a beaut, and while it's just sitting there right now, at some point it will probably be hanging somewhere. Over here is another TV to watch sports and games and stuff like that. And then that is the latest Wii U complete in box. That does work, the bar top does work, it's just very loud, so I decided to turn that off for this. And then looking over here, again, more to go with the sports theme. Got some cards up here. Those are a very of Tim Hortons cards and stuff like that. Wild stuff. That was a wild hockey stick I got from one of the last games I went to, where it was celebrating Native Night or what they would say indigenous. Toronto Raptors banner of their logos through the years. That is a Jack Eichel rookie card, 8.5 grade. Big old beer sign I got for like $5 a long time ago. Twin stuff, wild stuff, fun stuff. So over here is probably one of the bigger changes over the last year. While the two Blitz and the Marvel Superheroes are the same cabs, the newest cab is the House of the Dead. That does work. It does need a little bit tuning, but it does work and it's pretty good. So down on the sides, because it's so big on the sides, had to put some extra overflow collector's edition stuff on the side to make it fit, or make use of that area that was dead already. But really excited to have this House of the Dead. I know some family are really excited to finally get to play that, so really excited to add that into the collection. Some knickknacks. The lope up there is from my college, the blanket that I got. So yeah, I mean, I just glitched out literally right now, so it's pretty funny. Right here, this is probably the thing that gets most used down here, because whenever like we're down here for a couple minutes letting the dogs out or whatever, we'll play on this thing. And then even me and my brother-in-law, when he was in town, or not brother-in-law, my brother, when he was here, we had a pretty competitive match of this, so now it's not glitched. Hilarious. So yeah, basketball. Over here was one of the old couches that was in there. I need to probably put something up there at some point, but that was the old couch that was in there a couple years ago. Over here is the not counter cave, I forget what you call this, cocktail cabinet. So this is a cocktail cabinet of Pac-Man. It has Pac-Man, Galaga, Dig Dug, all that fun stuff. So this was requested not to sell, so I have not sold it. Over here is my Pokemon collection right there. A bunch of overflow Pokemon. My desk area where I work. Yeah, and for you curious, this is the Retron 5. This is one of the latest things I picked up, and it's actually super dope. Those are being sold, so I have to ship those off soon. So over here is the rest of the game room. This is probably the area that's switched up a decent amount, so I'll zoom in. This is where I moved a couple of the arcades as the Scott Pilgrim cab, where I custom made. All the art and everything on there was something that I designed myself, so it's pretty cool. See the inside a little bit. It's a little bit more beat up than it was originally, obviously, but still in pretty good shape. Light up marquee, all that fun stuff. Again, love Scott Pilgrim, love this game. At the time, when I made it, this was the only way to play Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, the game. Now it's been re-released since then. Over here, this is my vertical arcade one-up. I do probably need to add or redo it a little bit. It does get a little bit janky at times, but it still does work. But at some point I probably need to upgrade the image on there and have it smooth out a little bit. Over here, originally when I was planning on doing this cooler was full. It is not full anymore. We are gonna try to kick pop this next year, so I'm trying to keep it as empty as possible. The only person that really drinks the beer in the house anymore is my brother-in-law when he shows up. I don't really drink beer that often. No real reason why, it's just not my thing. Over here is my PS4 kiosk. Again, probably heard this story many times. This is picked up from Charlie CJR in Canada. It does have that Days of Play PlayStation 4 in there, because I don't have an extra one anymore, and I don't need to buy an extra one just to use for the kiosk. But this will be one of the few things that will never leave my collection. You can see up there the camera for the VR, and it's actually on the side over there, so it is ready to go and set up for the kids to play if they ever want to play it. They often really do not anymore. So lot of knickknacks. My PlayStation 2 complete boxes in there. The Mayhem edition, the light gun thingy is in there. The little Doctor Who house is in there. Yeah. Over here is a lot of the Overflow Turtle stuff. So I do have a complete collection of the Bullseye Funkos, as well as the Joffrey TMNT as well. So got the full collection of both of those. A lot of just Turtles Funkos right over here. Down here, I do have the PlayStation 1 with the monitor playing. It was just, there it goes. I believe that's Crash in there, which right there it says Crash Warp. Down there is the box for the VR. Right there is the Neo Geo Mini with the Wreck-It Ralph, as well as the Fix-It Felix game, which the Fix-It Felix game is in there. And then a bunch of My Hero Academia Funkos. My daughter was very much into that series. She's not anymore, but I still have the Funkos. Here is my Switch kiosk. This is, actually, I should have lit this up. Give me a second. All right, we're back. It is lit up a little bit, so did custom make this from a body of an actual Switch kiosk. So really cool. I like it. Works out really well. Got a lot of Pokemon stuff. Again, Tyler was a big Pokemon fan, so a lot in there. Nothing much has changed from here, but I'll go through it real quick. Over there is the big thing right there is the Luigi Pikachu. I'm again big Luigi fan. That also is one of the most expensive things in my collection. That card's about $4,000 PSA 10. Got some more of my expensive cards. The Gengars over there, between those two are about $1,200, and then another Gengar card there. The original 3, the big cards, and then that's where the double collector piece and another Switch that is sealed in there are. So up here, I'm not going to go into depth with this too much. There is already a Zelda video highlighting this whole collection. Big thing that I want to highlight is the Wii U kiosk. This thing is my baby. I love it. I do need a couple of pieces to repair some of it because some of the cords in there are not functional like they should, and I can just always rewire it and do some fun things, which will be a project later on. But for now, keep it as is and just roll with it for now. But this is the 2025 game room tour.